Hi guys, Alex Taylor down at Living Golf Academy, and today we're going to review the new M CGB iron from TaylorMade Golf. Okay guys, so the latest addition to the M family from TaylorMade, the M CGB iron. So we can see tungsten weights down in the bottom, we've got multi-material in the back as we see with all the M family. But with the CGB, which is going back to an older name, we've got a big thick top line. We've got less than 2 millimeters thickness across the face, so very, very high ball speeds across the club face, making it ultra forgiving. We've got face slots and sole slots in there, so very, very forgiving, very quick ball speeds. Let's see how the M CGB iron performs. So we've looked at the technology in the head. You know, this is all singing, all dancing. This has got a huge amount of technology, not just for ball speed, but also for kind of consistency of ball speed, therefore distance on even slight mishits. So kind of got all the technology I can think that TaylorMade have had over the last maybe 7 years, all into one iron. So it's a cast head. 7-iron is at 29.5 degrees. We're going to hit 5 real balls on GC Quad, TaylorMade TP5. I'm going to talk about some of the good points and some of the negative points from my perspective about this iron. Then we're going to look at some numbers, see how it performs, and then talk about maybe the kind of golfers that will be looking to try this particular club. So as you pop it down behind the ball, it's a big, chunky, powerful looking iron. You know, it looks like something that's going to hit it a long way. Now, like I said, I'm going to hit 5 balls. In the defence of the clubs, I've got a very slight side strain at the moment, so I might not be swinging, only a couple of miles an hour slower, but might not get my full speed out of these. So, it'll be interesting to see how far these are going. I think fully fit, I might sneak another 5 yards out of these. But like I said, massively big, chunky behind the golf ball. And pretty loud off the face. You know, TaylorMade have got some other new products, P790 launched at the same time. That's forged, this is cast, and there's a definite difference in the kind of feel and the sound. But first one was okay. And it's, yeah, like I said, it's very, very loud, and for me, quite hard off the face, which again cast clubs are, but having hit quite a lot of forged product lately, and for me personally, prefer the feel of forged product, but might not maybe have quite the same forgiveness off some of that stuff. But first 2 felt quick. Again, hits it very, very high. You know, for something that's 29.5 degrees, it still looks like it launches the ball up in the air. We'll see from the numbers, but for the guys who I think are looking for distance, getting the ball in the air, I would say off those first 3 shots, these would tick the boxes. Yeah, very, very loud though. I think some guys will love that noise because it maybe sounds very, very powerful. For me personally, not as sold, and I know, you know, in the back it's got G-acoustic, so very much taken from the TaylorMade drivers. The multi-material, changing the feel and sound. For me personally, maybe not sold with this iron on that. Okay, so 5 solid ones. One was a little bit thin, one was a little bit toey, but let's look at some numbers and see how the M CGB iron from TaylorMade performs. Okay guys, so we look at the ball speed, 120 mile an hour is the average, but you look over the 5 shots, 2 at 120, 1 at 21, so massively consistent. Now we look at the launch angles, ranged from 15.4, which was the thin one, all the way up to 20.7. So you can see, even though the impact point on the club face obviously changed quite a bit, the ball speed didn't massively change, and you would say overall that's still launching the ball nice and high for a 7-iron. It's backspin 5,600. I know we traditionally talk about 6,000 to 7,000 for a 7 iron, but 29.5 degrees, I still think that's reasonable. The one that spun most was the thin one. Overall height 35 yards, so very high, even with the thin one in there at 28, and an average carry of 170, just very, very consistent with a spread from 169 to 172. Right then guys, so certainly on performance, it definitely lives up to what TaylorMade are talking about. You know, you could see from my launch angles, the strike obviously wasn't in exactly the same place every time, but the ball speed and the distance and the backspin were phenomenally consistent. So even with slight mishits, we've definitely got the forgiveness that all the technology's in there about. Now, as I was hitting the shots, I kind of ran through maybe some of the visual stuff. You know, for me, some of the negatives, me personally, very big and chunky, and maybe felt a little bit hard, maybe even a little bit plasticky when I hit it. But I think some guys will look at that hardness and feel that it's really quick off the face as a positive. I think the thicker top line, some of the guys will love that because it'll inspire that confidence that it's really going to help them get it out there. As ever, you know, my reviews, it's my opinion on this product. Solely based on performance, it does exactly what TaylorMade are talking about. You know, the key, as ever, if you're in the market for new irons, is to get yourself along somewhere, get fitted, hit the product, not only look at the data that's provided, but your feedback on looks and feel, and find what performs and ticks as many boxes as possible for you. But all in all, TaylorMade's MCGB iron, is it going to go for those guys that are looking for hitting it high, hitting more distance? Absolutely. There's a lot of products out there at the moment, but this is going to be right up there competing with any of it. Would it go in my bag personally? No. Not aimed at me as a player, I don't think, and it doesn't tick enough of the boxes on looks and feel. Okay guys, as ever, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like and share. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Follow me on all the social media platforms. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.